What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Martin, aka Level, here, back today with another video. Ladies and gentlemen, Bora City. Think you guys can correct me on that, but we were on the live stream last night with the homie J-Hope and his return. Our sunshine is back. And ladies and gentlemen, I told you guys in the live stream there were lots of you. So shout out to all the love and shout out to y'all being there to watch with me, the homie, come back. I really, really appreciate it. We had lots of nice conversations and lots of fun things to talk about. Now, she actually does her random predictions for when BTS comes back and is completely out of the military. So I'm curious just to see what she has to say. A few of you have already watched this and said it was really good, really interesting. And you definitely got me hyped. So let's not waste some more time. Let's get right into it. If you could please hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help out the channel moving forward. Without any further ado, let's get into the video.
Something that I don't do here a lot is simply outright fangirl and be excited about BTS with no real reasons or arguments. So I want to change that by sharing with you my most random predictions for BTS's comeback. So please,
at the end of the video or midways throughout the video, unless she says something that maybe I agree with, I gave a couple of my points last night on what I think will actually, in my predictions, on what I feel like will happen when BTS gets out of the military. I will incorporate mine as well, unless she says it or mentions exactly what I'm thinking, then we'll talk about
please
it.
do not take this video seriously. Every time I say this, people still take something too seriously and get mad. So
I won't get
I'm
mad.
Begging you, do not take this video seriously.
I won't get mad, I promise.
I'm just being an excited fan, which is my
Me
usual
too.
state of mind outside of these serious video essays I try to do. So these are 18 predictions that I divided into 3 sections because of course I'm dividing things into sections. One section is very likely to happen because there's a lot of proof. The next section is maybe yes, maybe no, but it's not that crazy to think so. And finally, there's the delusional predictions. These are more wishes than predictions.
See, she's smart enough to put it in the categories, but I like how she put Delulu as the as one of the category names.
Because I don't have
love that.
any credible proof that these will happen.
That doesn't mean it won't happen.
They're just a product of my excitement for BTS's comeback. I will mix it up a little because I don't want the first section to be all boring and obvious and the last section to be all crazy.
Okay.
Emphasis on crazy because some of these are literal wishes instead of predictions. So again, please don't take this list too seriously. This is just for fun. So, prediction number 1, a global cultural phenomenon comeback. Very likely.
So you can expect BTS to sustain that fan loyalty and devotion, and that comeback could be massive.
I started writing my explanation for this point a long time ago, but it turned out to be so detailed that I decided to make it its own video. If you're interested in watching the long explanation, the video is called Nothing Can Stop Them, The Inevitable Success of BTS's Comeback. In short, my prediction is that pop culture has such a big obsession with comeback stories that BTS's comeback is guaranteed to have a strong cultural impact, not just the regular pop.
The return of them 7 will be the greatest. Well, technically, for me, it'll be like, it's not a debut, but it'll be their first performance, first song or whatever after they've been released from the military. Right? So technically like a re-debut, if we're being completely honest, like a new debut, a new era that's beginning once they are all released from the military. Yeah, that day will be absolutely legendary. It'll for sure be the greatest comeback of all time. I mean, that in music history. That's just me personally. And I agree with her as well.
Popularity that we've seen for the past years. Less popular artists and groups have done the unbelievable with the simple label of comeback. So no matter the type of project, I know that we will see the headline BTS's comeback everywhere. Number 2, a tour with multiple solo performances.
Yeah.
Maybe. It's basically confirmed by the BTS members that there is going to be a comeback tour. Of course, the preparation for a tour takes time and we're going to have to wait a little for that. So my prediction is that this tour will have a solo section for each member, like on the Wings tour and the Speak Yourself tour. However, unlike back in the day, the BTS members now have a lot of solo songs.
Yeah.
So I predict or wish that they each perform more than one solo song on their comeback tour. Of course, they will perform OT7 songs, but I would love to go to a concert where I can see all the members shine on their own in more than just one performance. I mean this outside.
I agree with her. I definitely agree with that. I don't think it's maybe. I think it's still. I think that's more very likely or just likely to happen more than maybe. I think she's settling her prediction a little bit short. This is probably definitely going to happen. When BTS comes out, let's be honest, their next tour probably won't be until 2026. I mean, they're going to get out. You guys were telling me last night, the remaining boys don't get out until June of like 2025. They need a little bit of time to work on some music, some of their own individual projects. They have a lot of content that they're probably going to try to get out. Not too quickly so that they can, spend time amongst each other, spend time with their friends, spend time with family. After about a month, the amount of content and stuff and recordings and stuff is about to take off. I see them releasing a project definitely within a couple, I would say a year. I don't want to say half a year. I think that might be a little too soon. So if they get out in June, do we think that a BTS album will be out before the end of 2025? I don't know about that. That might be pushing it a little bit, but I will say I do see them going on a tour in 2026. And I agree with her 100% in a sense of, yes, I think we could see potentially in between the group songs, we could potentially see 2 or 3 individual songs by each individual artist. I mean, we even have Jin now coming out with another album. And this is why I think this point is more so going to happen, or very, very likely to happen, more so than maybe, is because now we have the homie Jin coming out with an entire album as of next month in November. And with him putting out an album, he will definitely have quite a bit of songs, solo songs with just himself that he could easily perform as well. And I don't see this being as a maybe. I see this more so being as a definitely going to happen, especially with how long I've watched some of the Festa events. I know how long their concerts are, and I freaking love it. You do a lot of your famous songs as a group, and this will be the challenge if they choose to do this, is you have to then pick and choose, well, which songs do we want to do so that all the artists can get their individual solo songs in within the same amount of time. And that's going to be probably the toughest part, if we're being completely honest, is having to pick and choose which BTS songs as a group we want to do, which I guess is why she kind of more so put this in the maybe pile, is because they don't want to do that either. They don't want to have to pick and choose which songs they play, out of all the catalog that they have, and with the amazing amount of music that they have, the abundance of music that they have, that's really, really, really good. Definitely see this happening. I would say 2, 3 songs by each artist. I definitely see that happening. In between, the whole giant performance with the group. I definitely do see that happening. Let me know down below what you think about that as well.
Of any solo performances or concerts they may do. I want this in an OT7 concert, but I guess we'll see. Number 3, their comeback song will say BTS is back. Delusional prediction. Something BTS does occasionally is saying their own names in their songs, kind of like a producer tag. However, they tend to be very subtle. When I compiled all these clips, it made it more noticeable, but I promise it's not that obvious. However, when they released the remix of Savage Love, they had a very noticeable, loud introduction. Since then, I've been obsessed with the idea of having an introduction like this again. For their comeback song, I want them to shout something. It can be BTS like in Savage Love, or it can be BTS is back like in Spine Breaker. This prediction is delusional because there's zero indication that they will say BTS is back. And it's also...
what's funny is I'm going to kind of go off something that she's saying here. Do I think they'll say specifically BTS is back? No. But I will say the first song they put out as a group is going to probably be the song of their album. I'm just being completely honest in a sense of, or let me say this, it will be probably the most popular song because, or one of the most popular songs on the album because of the fact I do feel like they're going to go in a direction of we got to make our return known. All our armies know. We got to make it so that we make a song that when armies chant it, people can hear it around the world. And yes, you guys go absolutely nuts singing the lyrics, singing the chorus, doing the ad libs and stuff like that for the songs. At the concerts, y'all go absolutely crazy. But we want something that chorus hits, everybody's just singing it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more so a chant or like a kind of like when you're at a rally and people were, shouting together. But yes, I do think that the chorus for the first song they put out, not necessarily will say like BTS is back, but it will have a very, very, very catchy chorus that we're all just shouting crazy to really show how big ARMY is, how united we all are chanting that chorus together. It's going to be insane. I don't know what it'll say, but it definitely is going to be like a huge chant for the chorus, something we can all scream at the top of our lungs.
Very random, but I'm just blinded by this idea.
That's a good idea, though.
Titles like Elvis is Back and Backstreet's Back sound so good.
Backstreet's back, all right.
Number 4, no collaboration in a while. Maybe.
Definitely, I don't know.
I'm sure there's a line of artists waiting to collaborate with BTS. However, I believe that BTS will prioritize themselves in their big comeback moment, just like they prioritize themselves during the end of Chapter 1. I believe that there is a possibility of collaborations on remixes, but when it comes to the main single or singles that they are going to come back with, I think it's going to be just them. So, for example, instead of releasing singles like Boy With Love that has no promoted version without Halsey, or Seven that has no promoted version without Lado, I believe BTS will release singles by themselves. Maybe and only maybe there can be a remix collaboration, like Butter Megan Thee Stallion remix. But I believe that the main version of their next couple of singles will be just them. Number 5. More music in English. Very likely.
So much more. Who is my heart waiting for?
Although
Before she even gets into this, let me say on the previous one, I don't know about that one. I can see yes and no. I do see the boys more so just focusing on themselves, getting themselves back up to speed first. And then we can start to invite a few more artists. And now if they do solo projects outside of the group, they're definitely going to have features. And like I said, one of them, I feel like that's going to get a little bit of love. I'm just predicting this one right here, right now. And I said it in a previous video. That shout out that J. Cole gave, oh, he's definitely getting the love back in return somehow, some way, in my opinion. It may or may not happen, but I think it definitely will. Like I said, you show love, they give love in return. I think more so in the solo projects that they put out, they're definitely going to do features, but I agree with her. For the first album, it's going to be just them. And another way to kind of acknowledge the fact that we don't need the influence of anybody else. We can do it all by ourselves, even though they love having other guests like Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, and other artists that they've definitely collaborated or worked with in the past. I definitely see them showing the love as a group. But as far as the album goes, yes, the BTS album, I don't see necessarily having any features, more so than it's going to be just the boys. However, the boys who choose to come out with solo songs in between or afterwards, that's when you'll definitely start to see the features, is with, definitely their solo projects and solo releases and stuff like that. But I could see it both ways. I could see them doing it, and I could see them having features, and at the same time, I could see them not having features. Let me know down below, though. I am curious as to see what you guys have to say. If they do decide to feature with other artists on this first album or their first kind of songs that they put out, which artists would you like to see them work with? Me personally, I would love, love, love to see them collaborate with Selena Gomez. I have no idea. For most of y'all that know, Selena Gomez is like a huge celebrity crush of mine. I absolutely love her music as well. And I just would love to see that combination. I think it would be really, really good. Rapper wise, I would love to see one of the boys collaborate with Kendrick. I don't think that's possible. And the only reason I say Kendrick Lamar is because, again, a little bit biased here. He's my favorite artist of all time. But on top of that, he also is he's about Black culture, or the culture of his own culture, the Black culture. But he's also about spreading love and positivity just like they are. If we could somehow get those relationship or connection to come together, I definitely think they could make some music. I would love to see Suga and Kendrick Lamar on a song together. I think that would be absolutely insane. Or Kendrick Lamar rapping and one of the boys singing the chorus. I think that would be crazy too. I don't think that will ever happen. That one's definitely delusional, I feel like, but it is a prediction of mine that I would, or it's a fantasy of mine that I definitely would love to see. I would love to see my favorite artist and my favorite group of all time come together and make some song together. And they've been notorious for working with artists, rappers in the past. Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, the list goes on. I would love to see them work with Kendrick Lamar. Can we make that happen? But you have to let me know down in the comment section down below, which artists would you like them to feature with or work with moving forward in the future?
I believe most of their music will be in Korean. I have a strong feeling that they will continue releasing music in English of some sort. Some thought that maybe BTS were tired of their releases in English because of their exhaustion expressed during Festa. But now I believe more and more that they said this not because of the language of the songs, but because these songs always require them to act happy and energetic performance after performance. BTS's songs in English tend to be less serious and have the purpose to be mega promoted. But during the hiatus, the majority of the members have released music in English. The difference is that now, these are not all happy, cheerful songs, and they are from so many different genres.
I think we're going to see a lot more English songs than we definitely think there might be. I'm going to go and make a prediction that 70% of their songs, either on the first album or within a year and a half of them being out of the military, I'm going to make a prediction that 60 to 70% of their songs, more than half, will be in English. They have always mentioned throughout this whole journey I've been with the boys, they've always mentioned how they just want to spread their music, spread who they are across here to the West, to Western countries. So they want to expand their horizons and expand out this way, especially to, and it definitely feels like more so to get a hold of more US fans, to make them more known than what they already are. They've always given this impression that, yeah, we want to make more English songs. In my opinion, this may or may not be true, but she kind of said that they kind of have to, at times it feels like they kind of have to force that energy, force that happiness. I get the same energy regardless of what song they put out, whether it's in Korean or English. And that's just me personally. I get the same energy every time, whether it's trying to promote maybe a more softer, sad tone or like an uplifting tone. Either way, they're putting just as much energy into every single song every single time. But I do predict that more than half of the songs that they put out moving forward is going to be in English. I don't know why. I would say that's a maybe, not more so very likely, but I do see that happening.
Whether they are mainstream pop or more alternative, the BTS members seem heavily inclined to continue releasing songs in English.
Yeah.
They just won't necessarily be like the old songs. As a personal prediction, I can picture BTS singing and performing whenever I listen to Who by Jimin and Standing Next to You by Jungkook, but we'll have to see. I talk more about this prediction on this video. Number 6. No Japanese music in a while. Maybe. This is a sad prediction for me because I love the original Japanese songs. They just have a certain genre and style that lets them shine in a specific way. It's beautiful and sentimental to watch them perform their Japanese ballads. However, I do not see the common practice of at least one original Japanese song a year in a realistic and healthy comeback schedule, much less a Japanese album every 2 years full of Japanese remix of their Korean songs. I understand that Japanese albums are a big deal in K-pop. Japan is the second biggest music market in the world after the United States. But BTS has come to a point where they don't need to release music in Japanese to chart in Japan. Their songs in Korean and English are big in Japan.
It's the same way for the US though. They don't have to release songs in English for it to pop on billboards. I'm still going with my prediction. I don't care if they come out here rapping and singing in German. Every song on that album that they put out is going to be on 100 billboards. And if you were in the live stream last night, I made an even further prediction. Every single song will be top 50. One of the songs on the album being #1 on Billboard 100. How long it'll be there? Who knows? When you're this damn good, they might break records. They may have the longest streak for #1 Billboard, #1 song on Billboard 100. Every song will be top 50 Billboard 100. Quote me on it.
And don't need a Japanese version anymore. So why would they take an unnecessary extra step on this new chapter of their careers?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but again, it's just a prediction. Number 7, a BTS and Latin artist collaboration. Delusional prediction.
But on the street we got the people reacting. La gente que critica simplemente me da pena.
I don't know. Maybe?
I know this goes against my own prediction about no collaborations for a while. However, after some time passes, I want to believe that there is a possibility that BTS will release a collaboration with a Latin artist. Not a remix, but a proper collaboration. I know J-Hope and Jimin have already collaborated with Latin artists, but I want BTS to have a collaboration as a group. HYBE has already created HYBE Latin America, so it's not that random of an idea. But at the end of the day, I do think it's kind of delusional because BTS don't really do this kind of big favors for the company. A proper collaboration would be a lot of work. And if they don't show artistic interest or connection with a Latin artist, I don't think it will happen. But I can still dream. Number 8, a new BTS Room Live. Maybe. During BTS's hiatus, two types of performances have become very popular in Korea. One is the very well shot choreographies from either Studio Chum or 1DK Originals or Performance 37. I like those, but I'm way more interested in the vocal-focused performances from channels like Killing Boys or It's Live. Specifically in the Killing Boys, artists sing live a snippet of multiple of their songs, creating a 20-minute performance that shows some highlights of their discography.
Wow.
BTS did their own version of this type of performance in 2021 titled BTS Room Live. So whether it's on any of these channels or on their own channel with a BTS Room Live, I would love to get another vocal-focused mashup performance like this. And I say that this is a maybe prediction because these types of performances have become very popular in Korea. So it's not that random. Number 9, a new The Most Beautiful Moment in Life era. Very likely. BTS has mentioned a 10th year anniversary project for the most beautiful moment in life.
저희끼리 얘기했던 것 중에 어쨌든 2025년 대부분의 멤버들이 복귀할 해일 거고 그다음에 이제 화양연화라는 저희의 기념비적인 어떤 회사가 10주년이 되는 해이기 때문에 화양연화가 10주년이 돌아오니까 그때는 무언가를 할 수 있을 것 같지도 않을까 뭐 이런 생각을 했었잖아요.
You guys have been mentioning this to me, especially on the live stream. You definitely talked about this.
Album and a project.
The question is, what kind of project? It can still just be some kind of special retrospective event or a song. But
Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think that they have, obviously, they probably have cooked up lots of songs in the past, right? They definitely have. They have songs ready to go that maybe are sitting in a vault, or maybe they're just not ready to release, or they're considering maybe not releasing, and maybe they just feel like it's unfinished or it sounds unfinished or whatever the case. There's songs sitting somewhere that are just unfinished or are ready to go. But let me ask you this question. Somebody brought up an interesting point yesterday in the live stream yesterday. Do you think that they have a album already made? Do you really think that that there is one already made, ready to go? If that is the case, a lot of my predictions would change, because and when they brought this point up to me, I kind of briefly mentioned it, but after I got off the live stream, I definitely took time to think about it. BTS has always been not two, not three, but multiple steps ahead. It's like they're playing chess with just literally the music industry. They're always one move ahead. They're always ready to move an additional piece. And if something goes wrong or something doesn't go their way, there's still multiple moves ahead. For them to have an album already finished and ready to go that we aren't aware of, that's ready to be released sometime in 2025, shortly after everyone is released, I don't know. I don't know about that one. You guys will have to let me know. This point has been brought up to me quite a few times, but for sure, once in the live stream yesterday. Do you think they have an album already ready to go? You'll have to let me know.
I'm hoping for an album following the theme of the most beautiful moment in life era. An album is a big project, but whatever it is, I'm excited that this is a very likely prediction. Number 10, Bang on streaming platforms. Delusional prediction. This is a joke for ARMYs because we've been asking for this for so long. There are many BTS songs that have not been officially released and they are nowhere to be found on streaming platforms.
I imagine.
You can only listen to them on SoundCloud. Some of these songs are We Are Bulletproof Part 1, I Know, 4 O'Clock, One Verse, a special version of So Far Away, and of course, Dang by the Rap Line. Since Dang was released in 2018, it became an
maybe I should react to those on one video. All those songs that she just listed that she said were all on SoundCloud. Maybe I should do a reaction of just those.
Instant fan favorite, and the BTS members know this. So since then, we have all been in the collective delusion that they will release Dang on Spotify and all streaming platforms. These delusions have increased in the past few years. I really thought that they could have released it in their album Proof in 2022 because this was an anthology album and this was literally the perfect opportunity to officially release unofficial songs. But they released Born Singer instead, which makes total sense. So then I thought that maybe they will release it during their anniversary in 2023 because that was their first anniversary on hiatus and they had no songs to release. But they actually pre-recorded a new song. So then I thought, okay, it couldn't happen in 2022 or 2023, but they don't have anything pre-recorded for 2024, so this is the time. But of course, their anniversary came and there was no Dang on Spotify. Just like many other ARMYs, I choose
Never
to
Let Go was a good song too.
Delusion, and I predict that Dang will be on the streaming platforms in 2025 or 2026. And this is my reasoning. Before each BTS member released their first official solo project during the hiatus, they added their unofficial songs from SoundCloud on the streaming platforms. All the members did this. Before releasing their debut single, they made their unofficial songs official songs. So what if BTS does the same and releases Dang alongside other unofficial songs right before they release their comeback single? My own mind is telling me, why would they bring all music into their new chapter? But I can still dream. Number 11. RM plays the saxophone on stage. Maybe.
Hey, that would be dope.
During his military enlistment, Namjoon has learned how to play the saxophone. That is all the proof I have that we will get a Namjoon saxophone performance. I don't know if it's going to be a solo live performance or a new song with BTS, or it can also be a duet with Taeyeon. That would be very exciting. But whatever it is, I choose to believe in the existence of a Namjoon saxophone live performance. I don't think it's that
For most of y'all that don't know, the saxophone is actually my favorite instrument of all time.
crazy.
I
of a
would love
projection.
that.
I know
I would love
Namjoon
that.
said he wants to learn how to play more instruments while in the military. But even if it's just a one-time thing, like the time Jungkook played the drums during Dynamite, I believe that seeing him on stage playing the saxophone can definitely happen. Number 12. Music videos on Bangtan TV. Delusional prediction. Just like many other ARMYs, I would love for BTS to release their music videos on their YouTube channel Bangtan TV instead of hype labels. There's a lot of benefits for this, starting with the fact that I don't want to see 50 videos of artists I don't care about.
Okay, if we're being completely honest, okay, I don't mean this because I don't know what she's about to say. So let me go through it first. Let me see what she has to say.
of hype labels. There's a lot of benefits for this, starting with the fact that I don't want to see 50 videos of artists I don't care about on my YouTube homepage every day. I only want to get notifications for BTS's videos. However, there's zero indication that this will happen, especially knowing that the BTS members have all released their solo music videos on hype labels. So although this is a very unlikely prediction, I will never stop wishing for it. Number 13.
Okay, so she brings up a really good point. I'm going to be real honest. I am subscribed to hype labels. I am subscribed to Bangtan TV. I'm with her on this one. I get updates or notifications daily for hype labels. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. I brought it up with you guys in the past about, do you guys want me to venture out? But I will say this, as far as hype label goes, I'm kind of with her. I appreciate you promoting all your artists. I appreciate and acknowledge the fact that these artists are trying to grow, just like BTS, solidify themselves as big names in K-pop. I get it. But I'm kind of just interested in BTS right now, and I don't want to have to be subscribed to hype labels in order to watch their music videos, because I'm getting notifications like every day for artists that don't mean this in the mean way, that I'm just not very interested in right now. And I get real excited when I see, oh, hype labels notification, let me see what it is. And it's an artist or a video that I'm not interested in. I'm like kind of let down a little bit because I'm expecting it to be like BTS content. I'm with her. I wish they would. I think BTS has earned the fact to release music on their own channel. Okay, I definitely think that they have earned that right. I'm with her. I kind of don't see it happening, but it's just kind of a little side note, something I just had to mention.
I don't care about on my YouTube homepage every day. I only want to get notifications for BTS's videos. However, there's zero indication that this will happen, especially knowing that the BTS members have all released their solo music videos on hype
kind of just
labels.
A preference.
So although this is a very unlikely prediction, I will never stop wishing for it. Number 13. A Hot 100 number 1.
Oh, for
very
sure.
Likely.
Yeah, very.
The Hot 100 is actually a very difficult chart to be part of. Not even the biggest artists can guarantee a good spot
Not for them.
for themselves. However, with such a big fandom, their years-long experience with the chart, and the level of comeback that BTS will inevitably carry, it's extremely likely that the first official single BTS releases after their military enlistment will debut at number 1 on the Hot 100.
Agreed.
The song's genre, language, and promotions will determine how many weeks it will stay at number 1 or the top 10. But I think that the debut at number 1 is guaranteed. Life Goes On was a random slow song in Korean with no promotions, no radio play, with only one version, and it debuted at number 1. Now BTS has way more attention because it's their comeback after being in the military. Everyone is waiting for it. So a number 1 debut is very likely to happen. Number 14. A Jimmy Fallon BTS special. Maybe. The one late night show that BTS comes back to year after year is The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Some of the members even went by themselves during their solo promotions, so a comeback appearance at The Tonight Show is very likely. However, I'm hoping for some kind of BTS special. This means something more than just a performance and an interview. BTS already had 2 specials at The Tonight Show. One was the New York City subway special, in which BTS were interviewed on a New York subway, played the Subway Olympics, served sandwiches at Cat's Deli, and performed at Grand Central Terminal. Their other special was the BTS Week, in which BTS were interviewed, played different games, performed an a cappella version of Dynamite with Jimmy and The Roots, and were the musical guests for an entire week of the show. So my prediction of an appearance at The Tonight Show is kind of obvious, but an special of any kind is not that obvious. It's just something that I really want to happen. Number 15. An SNL performance and sketch. Delusional prediction.
A sketch on SNL? I don't know. I don't know about that one. The performance maybe, but the sketch? None of them boys can hold in a laugh. But I will say this, it would probably be one of the funniest sketches. That sketch would be absolutely hilarious. But more so, like, us laughing with them, none of them are going to be able to hold that laugh together. Not one of them. Not one of them. Not even JK, who's good at everything. Is he going to be able to hold that laugh in for the sketch that they do? I don't see that happening, but the performance, maybe.
BTS have already been the celebrity guests in an SNL episode in 2019. However, they were only the musical guests, so they didn't act in any comedy sketches. Years after their SNL appearance, BTS said that they loved being on SNL. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are back as musical guests. However, I want to see them in a comedy sketch.
It would be
And
funny.
I'm not sure that is something they would be comfortable with.
Whoa. I just realized that, yeah, they're wearing BTS merch. I see the BTS shirt. I didn't realize that before. She's got the BTS shirt back here, BTS.
I want to
didn't
see
notice
them
that the first
in
time.
a comedy sketch, and I'm not sure that is something they would be comfortable with. The sketches in SNL are live, and I feel like American TV shows don't know what to do with the language barrier. So although it may not happen, I can still dream. Stephen Colbert, James Corden, and Jimmy Fallon found ways to do pre-recorded comedy sketches with BTS, and SNL still has the possibility of having BTS in one of those comedy songs they do. I'm still not convinced by my own prediction, but I don't care.
It would
I
be
just
cool.
want it to happen.
Yeah, it'd be
Number
cool.
16, a special performance at the AMAs. Maybe.
And you know we don't stop.
I have this prediction simply because the last 2 times BTS performed at the American Music Awards or the AMAs, this award show gave them the opportunity to have more than one regular performance. In 2020, BTS performed Life Goes On and Dynamite back to back. And in 2021, BTS were planned to have 2 collaborative stages. They ended up having 1 collaborative stage and 1 regular performance because of an incident. But my point is that the AMAs seem more open than other award shows to the idea of giving BTS more than just 1 song to perform. The AMAs gave them their American TV debut and their first American Artist of the Year award. So I think the AMAs are more than willing to give BTS the space to have some kind of a special comeback performance at their award show. The one thing that can destroy my prediction though is BTS. I feel like BTS always prefer the Billboard Music Awards or the BBMAs over the AMAs. And if they decide to have a comeback stage in any of these American award shows, it would be the BBMAs, not the AMAs.
Okay.
I talk about the relationship BTS has with the big 3 American award shows here. Maybe that video can make this prediction make more sense. Number 17, more choreographies. Very likely.
My favorite dance practice of
I
all
really
time.
dislike the idea that 27 or 32 are ages that are too old to dance. That is such a new K-pop idea and I hate it. These were the ages of Michael Jackson and Usher when they had some of their most iconic dance years. With that said, I believe that during this hiatus, all the BTS members have shown that their connection to dance is too deep to stop altogether, either through choreographies on their solo performances or through their constant dance practices. Even while in the military, they are still dancing. So I believe it's extremely likely that we will continue seeing them perform with choreographies. Not only that, but I predict an iconic choreography like Dionysus, On, or Run BTS.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
we'll see. Number 18.
I agree.
New hairstyles. Delusional predictions. I don't think even the BTS members have an idea of what their hairstyles are going to be for their comeback. So here are my very random predictions.
I'm going to go through what she's about to say, and then I'm going to give you all my predictions. She showed a clip earlier, and I'm actually going to go back and find it, what I think the boys are pretty much going to look like when they get out of the military. And that's just going to be me personally. I think they are going to stick more with dark colors, though, if we're being completely honest. But I'll show you in a minute.
At least one has to become true. Starting with the obvious one, Jimin
Jimin.
is going to be blonde because that is his natural hair color. He was born to be blonde. RM has recently mentioned wanting a perm, and knowing that his hair grows very fast, I think he will get a hairstyle similar to Taeyeon's in 2020-2021.
A
I
perm?
predict or wish that Jungkook will stay away from the scissors and go back to his hair during the golden promotions. And by that, I mean
Oh, I can't agree, and I can't agree at the same time. She's probably more so just a little bit biased. That may be her favorite hairstyle by JK, but I have mine as well. I like that style, but I like another one different. Again, we'll get to that in a
like
bit.
in 7, not standing next to you. In my delusions, Jin will go back to the purple hair, but realistically, he will have his very common short black hair. I feel like J-Hope has pretty much stayed with his wavy dark brown hairstyle for the past years, but I want to believe that he will give this one hairstyle a comeback. He had these blonde highlights for 1 second, so I desperately wait
Hey,
for
that
the
style
comeback.
is crazy,
For
though.
Taeyeon, I would love to see him in either a caramel blonde like in DNA or Layover, or a crazy color. Literally any crazy color. Blue, purple, pink, orange, any of those. In my delusions, Suga will go back to his mint hair because they are going to have their new The Most Beautiful Moment in Life era. But realistically, I would love to see Suga in a lighter brown and long hair. I don't care if none of these make sense and they all end up having black hair. At this point, I'm just saying my favorite hairstyles on them.
Yeah,
so
I agree
those
with
are
you.
all the predictions or wishes that
So that's her video right there. Let me see if I can find the clip real quick, and I'll be back in just a moment. Right here. This is what I'm predicting. I'm going to be real honest. For the first year and a half, I don't know why, they're just going to grow it out, keep it black or keep it dark brown, long hair. This is my prediction. Now, this isn't saying anything of what Boris City said was wrong by any means. No, not at all. If they did the colors, I don't care. They're good looking anyways. Whether they did black, blue, silver, gray, rainbow hair Jimin makes the return, I don't care. They're absolutely gonna be magnifico, beautiful, insanely gorgeous with whatever style they choose and whatever color they choose to go with. All I'm saying is I think it's more so just going to be this. However, she is right. If two people are going to make that change of color, it's going to be V and Jimin. Jimin probably more than anybody. Or I'm sorry, V probably more than anybody, but it's going to be the two of them. However, I do see them just doing this for quite some time, especially while they're trying to grow it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm very surprised, not very surprised on how quick Jin's hair has actually grown back really, really fast. We saw it yesterday during the live stream when he was there with J-Hope. It's grown back tremendously fast, and he looks damn good. Y'all also saw him in that maroon suit. My boy looked fresh. He looked good as hell. All right, y'all, but that's going to go ahead and do right there. Boris City's predictions. I agree with probably more than half of these, especially I think the one thing we can definitely agree on the most is that #1 Billboard song. They are going to have that. They are. They definitely are. They might break a record with that song with the amount of weeks it's going to be at #1 on Billboard 100, just being completely honest. But yeah, I gave a couple of my predictions in there as well. She's entitled to her opinion just as much as we all are. If she thinks one way, I don't necessarily have to agree with it, but I'm not going to bash her for it. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And I've always liked, especially with my subscribers, how you guys will correct me at times when I'm wrong, but you also give me the ability to believe and think and be delusional myself. And you guys influence that a lot of the times. Y'all like me being creative and having creative thoughts when it comes to the group, in a sense of where I think their careers will go, what I like about certain songs, what I like about certain dances and stuff. As far as my creative thoughts and my inner thoughts that I have with my inside my head about the group that I share with amongst you guys have never ever judged me for it. You guys have never let me down. You guys have never bashed me for it. You guys correct me at times when I'm wrong, but you definitely support my beliefs, my thoughts, and stuff like that. And it's really awesome. So I definitely love that about every single each and one of you. And moving forward, I'm glad that I have that connection with you guys, that we can all kind of just talk and not get upset or mad with each other, and just feel free to share our thoughts. I absolutely love that. That's going to go ahead and do it right there, folks. Make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, as all these things help out the channel moving forward. And until next time, peace.